Alright, let's see how hideous I look. Hello everyone and welcome to an extra midweek video. And that's because today is a subscriber recommended video. Yeah. Yes, Emma G thought I should give scanography a go sometime, and apparently they used to do it in their college days, and I'd never actually heard of it before, so I had to do a little bit of research. And according to the internet, scanography, more commonly referred to as scanner photography, is the process of capturing digitalized images of objects for the purpose of creating printable art using a flatbed screwed it up already. Using a flatbed photo scanner with a CCD array capturing device. Now, a lot of that stuff sounds a little bit too technical for me, if I'm honest. I don't know what a CCD array capturing device is. However, I do have a home printer, and it does have a scanning thing, so I assume this will be absolutely fine for this. It should work. It scans, and that's the whole point. So let's get some scanography done. Scanography. Scanography. Scan photography. Scannerography. Scan.
System malfunction.
Right, I've got my printer here. I just want to make sure that it's working. It should do. I don't really scan a lot of things. Let's see if that's going to work. Oh yeah, it's working. Oh good. Right, cancel that. That's okay. Go back. So I know Emma was saying that she did a project all about flowers and kind of scanning flowers. So I've got a bunch of different artificial flowers, and I think we'll just arrange them onto here and see what kind of effects we can get. I think this is a very experimental process. I don't think there's like any rules or anything. We'll see what happens. I do want a bit of greenery on. I don't know whether I'm supposed to close this or not when I scan it. I'll try it open and then I'll try and close it. See if there's any difference. I also didn't realise that scanography was like a proper thing. It's like a real like process. I'm sure I used to do this in college as well, but I don't think I did it for like, I don't know, like an art practice. I think I just did it for fun, which might say a lot about me and how sad my life was. I don't know. Right, that could be interesting. Kind of like a nice little garden. Right, I'll scan this and see what it looks like. Oh, actually that looks really nice. That kind of looks very ethereal and ghost-like. It's not at all what I was expecting. I was expecting it to look, I don't know, a lot more contrasting and deep. It's very bright, isn't it? I'm kind of into that as a piece of art on its own. I like that. Let me just try and see if anything happens when I close this. I don't think I can close it. I think it's too... Oh, actually, wait there. I'll use a bit of paper over the top, and then that'll obviously block out a lot of the light, and see if that changes anything. Ah, see, look, it changed it completely. So you've got one that's a lot more detailed and darker, and then obviously the other one's a lot lighter and got less detail. The thing is with something like this, it can be really addictive, can't it? Because I can imagine you can get loads of different kind of effects and stuff just from altering the light source and stuff. And obviously you can change the position. I like that as a start though. They're two very interesting pieces. I think I would happily print that out and stick it on my wall. So it's passed that test. Okay, let's try a couple of other things. Okay, so for this one, I've got like a little sunburst mirror. I think that'll be interesting because I think it'll be quite fun if it scans itself, if that makes sense. Very meta. So I'll put that like that, but then I'm going to frame it with some purple tulle just to see what happens. Right, that doesn't look like anything, but once it's scanned it might look amazing. Ah, okay. That literally just looks like the scan of the mirror. I think because there's too much light coming in, it hasn't shown up any of the purple at all. But the mirror looks quite fun scanned. And obviously the mirror's surface bit in the center, I assume that's kind of captured the light going down. Right, let's close this, see if this makes a difference. Oh, I've broke it. Oh no. Oh, the whole thing came off. I think I fixed it, I just kind of forced it in place. I'll use a bit of paper instead. Oh, it sounded like it struggled a bit there. This printer's so old, by the way. It is, like, ancient. It's such a shit printer. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh. Oh, that looks a bit more interesting, doesn't it? I feel like doing this, you get kind of the light, friendly side. You almost get, like, an angelic print from it. And then when you cover it, you get more of the dark, sinister kind of looking print from it. If I was to be very conceptual and arty. If I was writing an artist statement, that's the sentence I would write. Just to bullshit it to my tutors. I think something like this as well, if you didn't want just that on its own, it's something you could easily print off and work back into and do a bit of like mixed media and collage and stuff. Okay, so another technique you can do with scanography is to create a print, but by moving an object across the scanning bed. So I've got a feather here, and I'm just going to kind of try and chase the light and see if that does anything. Again, this is just a very experimental process. And also, it's not like a permanent thing, so if it doesn't go well or it looks a bit shit, then Doesn't really matter, does it? Alright, let's give this a go. This is a bit of pressure, this one. Alright, let's see what happened with that. Well, it doesn't look like a lot, but it looks interesting. You would never think that was a feather, would you? It almost looks like a... Well, it kind of looks like paint. It honestly looks like a streak of paint across a bit of paper. It's very minimal, so that's different. I want to try that again. I'll try not to move it as much. Okay, they're two very different lines. I think the first one looks a lot more like a paint streak or like a splat of paint. The second one almost looks like something you would see under a microscope. It's got a bacterial... What else do you see under a microscope? Kind of effect to it. Something like this you could get carried away with and just keep doing more and more and more stuff with it and never get bored because you get a different outcome. Okay, so we've all seen kind of the movies and TV shows based around offices and stuff where they scan their ass. So they sit on it and then obviously scan it and send it to people. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just kidding, I'm not going to do that. Because I don't think YouTube would be happy if I kegged myself on camera and sat my ass on a scanner for the whole world to see. But if you do want to see that, I am going to open an OnlyFans account and it's all just going to be scanned photos of my ass. So if you are interested, head over to onlyfans.com/scanned-photos-of-my-ass.com and you can see all of those images. It's only $9.99 a month. No, but one thing I do want to do is I want to scan my face. I think that's an obvious one and something that'll be hilarious. And it might be interesting too. Obviously I've done this before. I think everyone's scanned their face before, haven't they? Just to see what'll happen. I'll have to pull like a funny face or something. I'll do a serious one first. Oh, I held my breath on that one. Alright, let's see how hideous I look. Oh, that's kind of sexy. I'm into that. I look very dark and mysterious, don't I? I want something to go over so you can see... Well, do I want to see more detail though? I don't think I want to see more detail. To be fair though, if you saw that picture, obviously of my face, in an art gallery, you would think it's like contemporary art.
But this is a very original and novel kind of picture for its subject matter, and that's almost certainly what attracted the attention of these patrons in Rome.
I'm gonna try and do one where I move my face and see if that changes anything. I was proper necking on with that there. My lips were all over it. See, that's kind of fun. That's interesting. It's a lot of nose and mouth. But it's very abstract as well. You would never think, looking at that that's someone's face. My beard looks dead weird in it. Oh, I like this. What else do I want to do? I kind of want to do my face again. I'm going to do one more face, but from the side. Oh, you're gonna see in my ear. I feel like I shouldn't have started this video. I'm gonna get so carried away. Oh, I'm gonna call that one birthed. Definitely birthed. I forgot how much fun just scanning your body parts are. It's just, it all squishes it. I can guarantee as well there'll be an artist who specialises in just scanning their body. Right, and then I've seen some where they kind of scan the hand down. I want to try that and move my hand. I'm gonna go slow with this one. Ugh. My hand looks so weird. My hands are really wrinkly and old anyway, and I feel like it's magnified that. It's made my hands look even older and wrinklier. Oh, it looks so strange. I'm kind of into this, I really am. Okay, well, I think I've done pretty much everything I wanted to. So I think scanography is super fun. I was really into it. I feel like I've done it, but not realising that it's an actual thing that people do. It's like a serious thing. Obviously I had to scan my face and have a little piss about with it. It's really hard. But it's definitely an experimental process. I don't know, I think you could do a lot of this as like a starting off point, as kind of research, and then base work off that. Obviously you could use scanography as a final piece of work, but I think it would also be really interesting to kind of scan something, so like your face or a body part or something, and then paint that image and then create a piece of artwork that way. That would be like a fun little process, wouldn't it? There's a lot of possibilities to scanography. This is what I'm learning today after doing it and after shoving my face into a scanner. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this extra little experimental video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And you have been requesting a lot of videos and I'm getting through them all. They're on my list, I'm working through them, I'm trying to get them done. So you might not have seen your request yet, but it should hopefully be coming soon. I've got a few few more to come. But if you do have any other suggestions, then feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I can now tick scanography off the list. I've done it, I enjoyed it, I've conquered it. But let me know what your thoughts were on scanography, especially if you are an avid scanographer. You know, let me know how I did. Did I do you proud? I'm sure I did. And I'll see you on Friday for a brand new video. Right, come on. Let's get my ass scanned. I need to make some OnlyFans content.